Hello, my name's Shalise. Welcome everybody to my Camelot's TV series review. Here's the thing, everybody. I was always looking forward to seeing Camelot. I go to Best Buy, I always see this DVD of Camelot, the TV series and all that stuff. I look on Hulu, it's always there. So, 10 episodes, only less than 10 episodes. I have Ava Green, what could go wrong? This is Stars. This is the thing that brought us Black Sails, Spartacus, Magic fucking City. Some great television shows. So, I watched Camelot. And what I think? Wow! God, it was this. If any, this is my most guilty pleasure TV show. The acting was kind of horrendous. The choice of Arthur, what a choice. Here's the thing. What is the story about? King Arthur is chosen as king. He's picked out. He was he would live down on a farm and all his life. Then he figures that then Merlin comes to him and tells him, "You are now the king," and all that stuff. After his half sister Morgan, played by Ava Green, killed the father. So he has to reshape England, get Camelot under structure and all this stuff. They had the supernatural element to it. But the thing is, though, the first 3 episodes are devoid of logic. Ava Green gets the guy who's going to play Mark Antony in Rome as a barbarian to help her overthrow the freaking King Arthur. And he dies within the first 2 episodes with her help, and she secludes her place with Arthur. The thing is, though, when I mean devoid of logic, one episode later, like one episode she's against Archer, and another episode she's inviting him over, and he just goes over there with just Merlin. The logic behind this freaking show was just... I know you're going to try and do it for this. This is not even worthy of being realism. This is just not even fantasy realism. This just straight up Rain style CW. When I say Rain, and I always mention this, Rain is the lows of the lows for their historical accuracy for TV shows. It's just a teenage bopper drama. Camelot is not that far off, in my opinion. Camelot was a show that didn't take realism seriously, and after the 3rd episode, it got better. But there's a lot of flaws I had with the beginning of Camelot. Now, Archer as a character, I do not like. He's a naive womanizer and all that stuff. He sleeps with his most loyalist knight, who is to me the star of the show, and the most totally more the King Arthur, looks more like King Arthur than the other actual scrawny kid, Leontes. Leontes is a pretty good character. He's married to Guinevere, and this happens. Guinevere has sex with Arthur before her wedding, and then she's married to Leontes and all that stuff. And I think he is a great character. He was the of the show. I liked his relationship with Guinevere and all this stuff. I really did enjoy them as a couple, as the characters and all that stuff. He has more interesting story about like how he believes like all our sins are like this. He respects other people's religion. He has a lot of guilt over the stuff he's done in battle. He killed a 12-year-old boy in battle, and he doesn't find no more stuff in glory in battle and all this stuff. He has a man of tremendous faith. He's not a man who's going to punish his wife, hit his wife. He is a very interesting character. Unlike Arthur, who I just find a young, immature little brat. And the thing is, though, I like Ava Green's character shit. They did this stupid thing at the beginning, like the first 3 episodes. She deals with magic and all that stuff. And then she was working with the guy who's going to play Mark Antony in Rome to take down King Arthur. Then they do a better job of her descending reigns in Arthur's court. How she is basically getting all the people united against her. And it leads to the season finale, or the series finale. And the thing is, though, what I do not like about also the finale is, the fact is, Archer should have never got the people back. It's like no logic. He brings in a tortured soldier that says, yes, Morgan did influence us and told us to kill the king and all that stuff. But who would believe a tortured soldier when Archer's there, when everybody knows Archer wasn't protecting these lands? Even though Morgan manipulated that stuff and did those things to lands, why would anyone stand behind King Arthur? That is the major problem I have with the show. Arthur is not... He's just a naive character who wants to believe the good in people, which is good, but he's naive. And the thing is, all the other characters, such as Ava Green's Morgan, which is basically off of Morgan Le Fay, I find her a better character. I find Merlin a more interesting character. Merlin, played by Ralph Fiennes' brother, is awesome. He doesn't really believe in God. He doesn't really believe in a lot of things. He's apparently very old in many cases. He looks super young. I like him as a character. He's interesting, and I like how he was manipulating the myths about Arthur's knighthood and all stuff. There's a lot of great things I like about the show. The making the myth of Arthur was nice. Arthur doing the first court systems and all that stuff was a nice touch as well. Him rebuilding Camelot, this old ruined place, and slowly rebuilding it and all that stuff. That's a nice touch. There are a lot of great stuff to like about the Camelot TV show. And Arthur, as this version of Arthur, he's not a terrible character. It's just he's not my. He's like the number 5th on my. If any, we're creating a list of all the characters. I'm sorry, he's not even in my top 5. I mean, I like Gawain, who's playing by the future Clive Owen, who's going to be Count Rollo in freaking Vikings and all that stuff. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff I like about this show, but there's a lot of stuff like some of the plot lines. It's only lasts for 10 episodes. The first 3 episodes are trash. The rest of the episodes are pretty solid, but some of it's a little bit filler, and it kept showing this love triangle between Leontes and Guinevere and Arthur. And again, I don't really care for Arthur. And in the end, I didn't like what they did with some certain things about Eva Green's character and all that stuff. I like her relationship with this nun. It's nice, but to me, this show was very disappointing. But this is a guilty pleasure show for me. I can't help liking the cheese. I can't help liking some of the awfulness. If this is like a guilty pleasure, you want to pop in, just watch random 10 episodes of a crappy King Arthur stuff, this is my thing. And I'm like, I don't hate the show. I really should hate it. But I can't stand myself to hate it. And there are some great things I like about this and this entire show. And there are some very good things. And there's a lot of stupid things for 10 episodes. But out of a 10, I would give it an 8 out of 10 as a B- season. I didn't think it was great. And for any first season, you shouldn't have a B-. But for a series in general, you shouldn't have a B- in general. I like this better than Reign a tiny bit, just because Reign was longer. If Reign was just short one season, I think I would Reign over Camelot. But I think I'd rather watch Camelot just because I could get past one season of 10 episodes instead of Reign, which is 22. I'm like, nah, I don't need that extra shit. And also, this is better than Nightfall, that Templar inconsistent damn TV show. I like this better than that. But overall, this is not going to be one of my top 10 favorites, freaking medieval TV shows and all that stuff, medieval time periods, supernatural time periods, and none of that stuff. I would really just find this to me a guilty pleasure. This is my least favorite Starz show that I've seen so far. That's included, and I've watched a lot of the Starz shows. I think Starz is a great channel and all this stuff. I want to get into Power next, but Camelot, the TV show, what'd y'all think, everyone? Did you think it was a great show? Do you think it was a good show? Do you think it should not have been canceled after one season? But here's the thing also. The reason why they canceled this is not because they had good views and all this stuff. It's because there were scheduling conflicts with the guy who played Arthur. You could have had the Arthur that played Leontes and just replaced him. Because if you got your actors and you have scheduling conflicts and you can run out to make a show, don't have a show. If you have scheduling conflicts with your main cast, don't have the show then. Because then it's going to be pointless and stupid. So, Camelot, the TV show, I didn't hate it. I actually had a pretty dang good time. But overall, I'm like, oh well, it happened. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but it was to me an okay show. So, let me know what you think, everyone, of Camelot, the TV show. My name's Elise. I for everybody. Bye.